Hi, I'm Dr. Erica Warren. I'm an educational therapist and executive functioning coach, and I'm doing a quick video on Goblin tools. According to their website, Goblin Tools was created for the neurodiverse, but I have to say that it's really outstanding for executive functioning issues, even those that have trouble understanding social cues. But beyond that, if you really want to improve your processing speed or productivity, it's really a tool for anyone. This is one of the many videos that I offer in my executive functioning coaching and study skills certification course. I have more information just below, so come on over and check it out. There are many, many resources, including videos, live sessions with me, assessments, all the resources that you need to be an executive functioning coach. Hey everyone, it's Dr. Erica Warren again, and I wanted to give you a quick little tutorial on Goblin tools. This is one of my favorite new executive functioning AI resources. Let me show you. So it offers a number of different options here, from Magic ToDo to Formalizer, Judge, Professor, Consultant, Estimator, Compiler, and Chef. And we're going to go through each one of these individually. But first I want to show you some of the key tools. You'll notice that there are these little chili peppers. If you click on that, you'll notice that you can have fewer or more chili peppers. The more chili peppers you have, the more support it will give you on whatever this particular tool is doing. So in this case, it will give you more support on breaking things. This is Magic ToDo. Breaking things down so you don't have to. It will break things down into smaller increments if there are more chili peppers and fewer increments if there are less chili peppers. So I'm going to just go with something in the middle, 3. The help also will give you some more information about that particular tool. So this one will tell you more about Magic ToDo and all the different things that you can do within Magic ToDo. We have a sync button, which is a cloud syncer if you want to sync this to the cloud. This is a way of exporting the information once you create it. This is the redo and unredo tools. And then all we have to do is come up here and add some text. And here's an example. It's my first day at college and I just got all my course outlines and assignments. I'm feeling overwhelmed. What should I do next? So then you hit the plus sign. It brings it down here, and this is where the magic happens. This little magic wand tool allows you to break down this into smaller, more manageable tasks, and it's just working its magic as I'm speaking. So here you go. This breaks it down into a bunch of different tasks right here. So this enables you to figure out how to do this. Now, if you look through this, you'll see everything from, because it really reads into what you wrote. It's noticing that I'm feeling overwhelmed. So it's making some suggestions on how I should take some deep breaths to calm myself, right? And then if you need some more information of, well, how do I do that? You can break it down even farther by clicking this again. But it also read into other things beyond the feeling of being overwhelmed. It also goes into more specifics about how to actually go through the course outlines and assignments and placing them, for example, right here, putting them into a calendar. And if you need to have some more information, well, how do I do that? It will break it down, but it will keep breaking it down as far as you want to take it into more manageable chunks. And remember, again, with the chili peppers up here, that if you wanted to break it down even more, then you would increase the number of chili peppers. So that's a little bit about Magic ToDo, and I love it for those kids that have executive functioning issues and they really have a hard time getting started on tasks or breaking tasks into manageable chunks. You know, sometimes they get paralyzed by the overwhelm of the big project, and this will really break it down. You can even throw an actual project in here and have it break it down into manageable chunks for the kids. And that way they can at least get started. We also have something called Formalizer. And Formalizer, as it says here, turn the chaotic thoughts into classy ones or vice versa. So you can enter in your data, but this is what's fun, is you can adjust what you want it to do. Do you want it to make your text more professional, more technical, more accessible, more polite, less snarky, and so forth? More sarcastic is hilarious. Whenever I'm showing my students how to use this, the more sarcastic one always gets a good belly laugh from both of us. So here's an example. Dear Mr. Moon, I missed class today and need the class notes and information about the upcoming test. Okay, so if you just want to get down to the bare facts of what you need, you can just say it, and then you can ask this to help you make it a little bit better. Let's say we want to make it more sociable. We can convert it. And notice I only have 3 chili peppers, so if I want to make it even more sociable, I can pick more chili peppers. Let's see what it came up with. Hi, Mr. Moon. I hope you're doing well. I wasn't able to make it to class today and would really appreciate it if you could share the notes and any updates on the upcoming test. Thank you so much. So you can see it's really nice how it can really help you to say if you want to make it a little bit more professional, but let's take up the chili peppers. Let's make it really professional. And let's see what it does. I hope this message finds you well. Unfortunately, I was unable to attend class today and would greatly appreciate it if you would share the class notes with me. Additionally, I'd be grateful, and so on. But you can see it's really nice if you just want to get through tasks and you don't want to have to think about all of the little bells of whistles of, what's the proper language and do I need to be professional or polite? This can do it for you. And that's really helpful for a lot of those kids that tend to write to the point, and sometimes they can seem a little bit demanding of the teachers, and the teachers can get a little bit upset. If you know that a teacher is very sensitive about that type of thing, or they're picky about your grammar or anything like that, you can also fix your grammar. You can hit grammatically correct. So that's a little bit about Formalizer. We also have Judge. Judge is cool. So this helps you to figure out if you're misreading the tone. So every now and then you might get an email or a message from someone and you feel like, wow, there's some kind of underlying message going on. Like maybe they're pissed off or they're being a little sarcastic. And if you have a hard time reading tone, or you want to validate that perhaps that you're reading into something and you're wondering if it's actually valid, the Judge can help. So let me give you an example. So what if we put this? I wish you would dry and put away the dishes after you wash them. Let's see what would happen if we go ahead and select the Judge. The text expresses a desire for someone to take action regarding the handling of dishes after they've been washed. The phrase, I wish you would, indicates a longing or hope for a change in behavior, suggesting that the speaker might feel a certain level of frustration or disappointment. The use of wish conveys a sense of yearning, which might imply that this request has been made before or that it is a recurring issue. And you can read on. It really, really analyzes it. And the beauty about it is you can even suggest a response. I really appreciate you reminding me because, if you're picking up something, you might get a little bit annoyed and you might come back with something that has an underground tone as well. And this way it can kind of clean that up. Let's move over to Professor. Professor is a nice way to get a crash course on some information. And again, we've got the chili peppers. If you want it to be a simpler explanation, you want more chili peppers. More complex, you're going to have less chili peppers. So let's put it right in the middle. Say, for example, if you don't understand something in class, say your teacher went over photosynthesis and it was just way too complicated for you, you could actually type in something like, what is a simple definition for photosynthesis? This is great because it gives you a really simple definition for photosynthesis. And again, if you want it to be more simple, go with more chili peppers. If you want it to be less simple, go with less chili peppers. So let's see what happens if we do more chili peppers. Photosynthesis is how plants make their food. They use sunlight, water, and air to help them turn these things into energy to grow. And what I like about the bottom part, imagine a leaf on a tree. The leaf takes in sunlight, carbon dioxide from the air, and water from the ground to create sugar for energy and oxygen for us to breathe. So it offers a little bit more of a concrete example. Now let's look at consultant. Consultant's nice because it can give you the pros and cons for a situation. I'm burned out at work and I'm wondering if I should change careers. Let's see what kind of advice it gives us. You can see it really breaks it down into pros and cons and gives you both sides, but then it actually comes up with a conclusion. Considering your burnout at work, changing careers could be a beneficial choice. And you see, again, it really pays attention to all the different things that you say in your question or in your statement, so that it takes all of those things into consideration. And then again, it says it offers a potential for personal growth, new interests, and increased job satisfaction. However, it's crucial to weigh the uncertainties and risks associated with the transition to a new field. And it goes on. So it's in those moments where you're really struggling to figure out what to do, it's a nice way to kind of process to yourself. Let's look at estimator. Estimator tells you how long it will probably take you to do a task. And then we've got the chili peppers again. How hard is it? How hard is it for you to focus on the activity? So 1 chili pepper, or it's more chili peppers is it's harder for you to focus. So how long will it take me to walk 6 miles? Okay. If you're a really slow walker, then it's going to be about 6 chili peppers. Let's say you're kind of in the middle, average. Let's see how long it will take. It says 1.5 to 2.5 hours to walk 6 miles. I would say that's pretty accurate. I've walked 6 miles and it usually takes me about 2 hours. The other thing you can do is you can use it to measure how long a task will take you. But you will get to know over time how many chili peppers you need to pick that is a good estimate of what your processing speed is. And then we have compiler. And notice how, there is this little icon here of a microphone. If you do click there, it allows you to just speak and it will type for you. And I think that's a great opportunity for us to go over compiler, because compiler is just a brain dump. And I personally love to brain dump by speaking. So let's give it a shot. I have a number of things to do today. I need to do my laundry. I need to bake a lasagna. I've got to get some gas. I really want to go for a 3-mile walk. I've got to call Sandra. And I need to bathe the dogs and definitely need to check my email. Let's turn that into tasks. Okay, there you go. I'll turn that off. It really pulled out from all of that mess, that stream of consciousness, and gave me a task list. You can send it to Magic ToDo if you need to break the tasks down into more manageable chunks. And finally, we've got Chef. Chef is really great. I love Chef. So this is a place where you can take all the ingredients of what you have in your refrigerator. You know those times where you haven't gone grocery shopping in a long time and you have almost nothing in the refrigerator? This enables you to take all of the things you have in your refrigerator and it will actually create a recipe out of all of those items. Let's say we have eggs, ketchup, chocolate chips, onions, apples, pork chops, and orange juice. It even names the dish, sweet and savory pork chops with chocolate apple topping. Oh my God, that sounds delicious. And you can see it actually gives you the ingredients and the instructions on how to cook it. And I bet this would actually be really delicious. And in fact, I randomly kind of picked these ingredients and now I actually want to try this recipe. Anyway, so that is Goblin Tools. It's a great AI tool that was really made for individuals that are neurodiverse. If you read about it by going under about, it actually suggests that that was the purpose of Goblin Tools, was designed to help neurodiverse people with tasks they find overwhelming or difficult. Just as we're here, just note that you can contribute by going to Patreon and give them some money for this free resource. But also know that they have a couple other cool little things for you to know about. Wordle, 6-letter Wordle game that they have in the New York Times, but they have a British version here, which is really fun, and you can play it online with your students. I really like it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little demo of Goblin tools. It's a wonderful resource to pass on to your students.